Hey, so today I want to share with you some magic from Elizabeth Gilbert's book called Big Magic, something that I definitely believe in. So it's called, as you can see, Creative Living Beyond Fear. Yes, that's it, checking the title, good. And I want to have a look at the relationship between creativity and fear. So what I'm going to do is go over this nice little passage. It's called The Road Trip. I don't want to read to you. You can read yourself. But basically, she's looking at the relationship between creativity, fear, and the role that fear has in the creative process. And the road trip is a little, basically, metaphor about if we're trying to endeavor on a creative life, we need to not only acknowledge that fear exists, but make space for it. So in the road trip, her and creativity pack up the things they get in the car, and they make space for fear to come along. But the keys here are that fear is allowed to do its job, point out things that could possibly go wrong, but fear is never allowed to touch the GPS. It's never allowed to make suggestions about detours where you should go. Not even touch the radio. Most certainly, hands down, absolute no, touching the steering wheel. Fear is not allowed to drive the car. So, that's her little metaphor for the road trip and the relationship between fear and creativity. But I wanted to apply that to my life and look at my relationship to creativity and how fear has time and time again hindered me from being a creative person. So the first things that I can kind of think and reflect back on are songwriting and poetry. So from, 10 years old, I was writing song lyrics, listening to music. But a lot of the time I never shared them with anyone. A lot of people don't know this. I self-published a book when I was 18, all my song lyrics. But I had this huge fear hanging over my head that my words wouldn't be good enough, that I didn't know what I was doing, and that I would not be good enough or at the same level as the people who wrote lyrics that inspired me. So I kind of, did that, hid it, brushed it off, put it away on the bookshelf, my bookshelf. Yeah, surprise. Then, with writing, I thought, well, who am I? How am I qualified to write a book? I don't know anything about writing. I just vomited out all of these ideas. And again, fear made decisions about putting my book out to the public world for a year. I managed to break through that, thank God. But it definitely took control of the wheel. So that's with writing, that's with lyrics and poetry. But then even now, being a content producer, making videos, part of this creative life, there's a fear that what I'm doing has already been done 100 million times. It's already been seen. The messages are just being repeated. And these are all valid points. They're all true. But should that stop me from doing this? Will these videos reach somebody who needs this message? Will they be inspired? Will something I say or the way I say it or the example that I give, will it help them receive the message? Maybe. I don't know yet. We're going to find out. But also, as I've told you before, with being a content producer, there was a huge fear of being judged. So where did this fear come from? Well, it literally came from myself because I would judge people. I would savagely, brutally judge people making YouTube videos. Oh, pick them apart. This is wrong. This is wrong. I don't agree with that. That's stupid. What an idiot. That's the difference between being a producer and a consumer. Imagine yourself for a second making some videos and putting them up in the public forum for people to judge you on. It's pretty scary, and only since doing this have I become so much kinder to people putting themselves out there. And we all know singing has been a massive fear, not being good enough, that I've had to get over. And part of starting my videos with songs was doing that, pushing myself to be like, hey, fear's not driving, move over please. Creative expression is coming out. And it doesn't have to be the best of the best. I grew up watching Australian Idol, X Factor, all of these shows where you have to be. It's a competition. But it's not. Creative living, creative expression is not about competition. It's about being free. Doing things that make you happy. Which comes to the last part of my life. Dance. Another part of creative expression that scares the shit out of me. But you know what? I do it because it makes me happy anyway. So, this is me sharing all of my fears about creative living with you. I now want you to think about what ways can you change your life or add to your life creative elements and do things because you want to, because you can, because it's good for your soul, your mind, your freedom. If it's music, dance, song, painting, drawing, sketching, photography, whatever it is, without judging yourself, can you acknowledge the fear, put fear in the back seat, and take your road trip with creativity to have better self-expression and have a more rich life. Scout the Rider, you know where to find me. Beep, 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 beep. Have a good day.